Hi, I'm Victoria Ewell, and I will be presenting for the marketing team. Also, just on behalf of myself, for the progress that happened during the student simulation this semester. So, this first section of the PowerPoint will be an overview of our general plans, which include the goals of the CMO, the marketing team goals, and the marketing plan. So to dive on into it, the goals from the CMO, to begin, he wants us to spend our entire budget, which is $5,000 a week, which is super generous, but we learned later on in the simulation that we could use even more than that and that it wouldn't be wasted, but that it would actually be incredibly beneficial to the company and and we could earn um, incredible returns. The ROI is fairly significant. So then we were asked to spend our budget wisely, which meant spending 25% of the budget on content and then 75% on promotion of that content. Then to grow brand awareness with that budget, which would be our followers on Instagram, our page likes on Facebook, and then what other platforms, kind of that overall number you see at the top of the profile. And then with those followers and those page likes, our goal is to increase engagement. So when you see an increase in Instagram followers, you also see an increase in Instagram post likes. So, for example, um, if you grow your reach, your engagements will follow. That is just a consistent principle that we see throughout the whole entire simulation, and it's effective on every single platform. So it's really helpful. So that's one of our goals. And then another would be to increase sales as a result of increasing engagement and awareness. And the CMO would like us to increase those sales and that revenue by a total of 10% in comparison to last quarter. Um, and then lastly, to outperform our peers, which are otherwise known as our competitors, which would be Herschel Supply Co. So the Buhi marketing team actually has the same exact goals as the ones that the CMO issued because of unity and the need for that within the company. And so the goals that the marketing team has displayed are the same as these, but they've changed it to um, numerical issuances. So to begin, we would like to increase our Facebook to 600,000 page likes and Instagram to 427,000 followers. And Twitter had a lot of opportunity for improvement. So, a numerical goal that was set for that was 55,000 um, 55,000 total followers by the end of the quarter, which was more than hit. And but overall, we would like to see a 50% increase in engagement across the boards as a result of increased brand awareness and investment. So if the marketing team can successfully accomplish the goals thus stated, it can realistically assume at least a 10 to 15% increase in sales and revenue. So the overview of the marketing plan actually has 6 sections, which are the definition of goals, SWOT analysis, content analysis, identifying the target market, examples of social media content, and definition of social media distribution channels. So we're going to start on the first point, which is definition of goals. So it is actually a complete reiterance of what was just stated. It's just increasing brand awareness, engagement, and sales, really, is what it boils down to. The SWOT analysis overviews the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities that threaten Buoy Bagco. So the strength is that our market share is currently at 25%, which is pretty significant. But we also need to improve our data analysis skills. Um, we may do a competitor analysis for up to 3 years back or more, which is an opportunity that we actually took. And Herschel Supply Co. might launch a new line, which is a content analysis. The most influential takeaways brand include brand comparisons, best time of day to post, significant trends, success rates on different platforms, and the strategy itself that the analysis of information provided. So content analysis is actually a comparison between Buhi Co.'s success and Herschel Supply Co.'s success, and seeing how we rank in comparison to them, and analyzing essentially their content, and seeing kind of what times of day worked best for them, what type of posts work best for them. So that's essentially what this paragraph here is relaying to the reader. It's an analysis of that data. So Buoy brand compares negatively to Herschel Supply Co., which means that it does not outperform its competitor when it comes to social media. Herschel Supply Co. is doing much better than us, but by the end of the simulation, it did improve. Overall, the Buoy marketing team learned that we would benefit by remaining, excuse me, by remaining on the platforms Facebook and Instagram, focusing our main efforts towards Instagram, which proved to be completely true. Instagram was by far the most successful platform. We also gathered that Tuesday is the best day of the week to post on Facebook. Paid promotion on Instagram was successful for Herschel Supply Co. So will likely be successful for the marketing team at Buoy as well. And it was. And Tuesday being the best day to post was also beneficial information, which led us to um, do more advertising that was paid on Tuesdays on Facebook. Identifying the target market. So we focused on Day Packer Tom, Back to School Mindy, and Up and Coming Raj. The best performing posts on all of the platforms were promotional images that were taken outside and well shot videography clips, which unfortunately those videography clips are the most expensive. So it's kind of hard to manage that. The definition of social media distribution channels. So we decided to focus on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. With Twitter kind of in the background, we ended up not putting promotional money into Twitter at the end of the day, but we still did see success and the platform did develop much more. So the second part of the simulation of this PowerPoint is the review of the questions that were posed and kind of the answers that were given. So to begin, the question, what was your strategy, was asked. It looks like my computer did not save the um, the answer that I gave, so we'll just I'll just tell you because I have it memorized. I don't know why it didn't save. I just looked at it a few minutes ago. But so the strategy that I used for posting on the student simulation was mainly focused towards um, posting 2 times a day on platforms like Instagram and Facebook. Um, Definitely using paid promotion on both of those platforms was really helpful. We withdrew promotion from Twitter and eventually Pinterest because we used more of our money towards influencers, which proved to be also very helpful. Also, in the next question, it asks what kind of content works with your target audience, what did not work, what did you find to be the secret sauce? So the content that worked for our target audience was mainly promotional images outside. We saw a lot of failure with um, sorry, infographics and memes, they were not successful at all. And the secret sauce for me uh, was to take an image and to post it without promotion that I thought that would be successful. And I would see crazy results on some pictures, but not on others. So, for example, I would have an image of a man outside near a waterfall with a backpack on. And I would do a caption with a hashtag, and then I would find another picture of a man outside with a waterfall or like some nature and a backpack, and I would do a caption with a hashtag. And the captions were super similar, but they weren't the same. And then one image would get like 200 bucks on Instagram in revenue, and then the other image would generate near 10,000. And so those are some pretty significant differences. So by the end of the simulation, what I actually ended up doing is going back and taking all of the images that did really well and reposting them with the same caption and targeting them towards specific audiences, which saw incredible success and were kind of that secret sauce for me and my simulation. So we used Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. And Taylor Swift presented the crisis to us. She found a note in her bag, and it was from a Buhi bag that she had bought, and it was from a Chinese woman at a labor camp who was pleading for help, and it essentially seemed as if she was in um under, she was trapped in this area. It was unsafe conditions. They were starving. It was not appropriate, and totally illegal, and not something that Bowie Bag Co. wants to be represented as their company. So obviously, the first action was to withdraw relations and to no longer, um, because Taylor Swift posted about it on Facebook and Instagram, which is 174 million people, which is pretty significant. So um, Bowie withdrew, and the first actions we took is we assessed the stakeholders at hand, the necessary approach that Bowie would need to take, and if the incident was preventable or not. We also worked on shifting perception from negative to positive. Um, so all of those actions work together to actually dim the results of the crisis and turn it into a more positive light and something that could actually help um, address this issue and bring more awareness for individuals and businesses to the crisis going on, not with Boogie Bag Co, but with China and their labor camps that are normally um, funded by North Korean um, slave labor as well. Is a pretty large issue. So then the question slide number 3 poses the question, how much growth and revenue did you see? So we saw 193 new followers um, and 706,000 um, in revenue. So it was pretty significant. We nearly hit a million, but we did not. But we were pretty proud of the growth in revenue that we saw. And then it took 5,000 weekly. We used all of our money every week, but much more could have been used to reach even higher results, as discussed earlier. So that is everything, but thank you so much, and we're so grateful. I'm so grateful for this class and for what I learned this semester.